Money doesn't buy happiness. How many times have you heard the saying? If you don't believe money is important to your mental health and happiness, you're probably ignoring the implications that a lack of money can have on your life. Take it for what it is. But if you have an abundance of money, chances are that your life is going to be much easier and look drastically different than if you were living paycheck to paycheck. By taking a look at the role money plays in your life, you'll begin to realize exactly why it's important. Money isn't everything, and obsessing over it is unproductive at best. But it's a critical tool that you can use to your advantage. See just why money is such an important instrument and how you can build wealth so you can live life on your own terms. My name is Chris and I help teach people about money, personal finance and investing. If you're interested in improving your financial future, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if this video is helpful. When you don't have a surplus of money, you must work in order to pay your bills. You need to keep a roof over your head and food on your table unless someone else is providing these for you. Alternatively, when you have money set aside or assets that produce passive income, you can free up your schedule. You're not dependent on a job you despise that requires you to work for a large percentage of your waking hours. If you're working for 40 hours every week, that's more than 1/3 of the hours you're awake spent away from your family. So you're trading time for money, probably doing things you don't even enjoy. Even if you enjoy the work to some degree, would you continue doing the work if there were no pay? If the answer is no, this is a perfect example of how you're dependent on that paycheck. When you're spending a huge chunk of your time preparing for work, unwinding from work and commuting to and from work, your free time is limited. Being able to make certain life choices without constantly considering costs is truly a liberating experience. Wealthy people actually believe that having the ability to make a decision such as buying an exotic car is more satisfying than actually making the purchase. If you're working to earn more but you have the luxury to quit your job at any moment, the work suddenly becomes much more enjoyable. When you have money, you decide what to do with your day. Many people enjoy working for reasons other than income, and for these people, they can work if they choose to. Others never want to work again and they plan to spend their time on hobbies and leisure when money is no issue. These options are endless. According to the APA, 72% of adults report feeling stressed about money. Whether it's being stressed about making monthly payments or being overwhelmed by debt, this is significant because stress is related to a variety of health problems. When you have little to no worries about money, you're guaranteed to sleep better at night and be less stressed in general. Did you know that conflicts over money are the #1 cause of divorce? This fact alone is reason enough to take your financial growth seriously. Next time someone says they don't care about money or money isn't important, they're likely not aware of these statistics and how a lack of money can impact your life. A lot of people, especially those who claim they don't care about money, only think about the material goods money can buy. But it pays for many intangible experiences too. What type of experiences would you like to have if money were no consideration? When you have plenty of money, it creates opportunities for you to get more out of life. You could travel the world, try new things and get out of your bubble you'd be stuck in if you were tied to your job in your home. Just imagine planning a dream vacation that you don't need to borrow for. You can go as far away for as long as you'd like and you'd have no need to hurry back to work. The memories you could create with friends and family would be priceless. When you have extra money to spare, you're able to enrich your relationships with friends and family with not only your free time but with money itself. If a friend is in a bind and needs help to get back on their feet, you're in a much better position to help. Being able to share all the extra benefits money provides with your friends and family and provide needed help will enhance your life as well as theirs. If you're stuck at a job and have kids, you'll probably take some time off work when they're born. But will you be forced back to work shortly after? You might then be required to send them to daycare for the majority of their waking hours, leaving you very little time to be spent with them. When they finally get older, they might spend years in college to earn a degree so they can earn a living upon graduation to pay their student loans and other bills. All of these life circumstances are influenced by money. Money allows you to spend more quality time with family and on exciting adventures without the stress of finances which cannot be bought back. Minute and think what your life would look like if you were financially free and didn't have to think about every dollar you spend. Would you live in the same house or would you prefer a larger, more extravagant home? Would you live in the same area or would you change locations entirely? When you wake up in the morning, what would you plan for the day? Would you cook meals at home or would you go out to eat more often or just enjoy meals cooked for you at home by hiring a personal chef? Would you wear the same clothes or would your wardrobe be entirely different? Would you spend time cleaning your home or would you hire someone to do that for you? Would you keep the same car you have or would you buy something fancy and expensive? Would your health improve since you don't have to worry about paying bills? Would you spend more quality time with your friends and family now that you have an abundance of time and the ability to pay for amazing life experiences? People who give to others are generally happier and less stressed because they not only have the money to give away in the first place, they're able to reward others with what they have. Giving doesn't have to be strictly monetary though. Having money gives you the freedom to donate your time. This could mean volunteering for an organization promoting a cause that's meaningful to you or helping out friends and family. Those who are restricted with their finances don't have the funds to make a difference and they're less likely to donate their time. They are worn down from working all week and their extra time is spent cleaning the house, cooking, doing other mundane chores and spending limited time with those that are close to them. Don't worry if achieving a seemingly endless money supply seems out of reach. After all, it's unrealistic to think that everyone will reach this level of financial freedom. However, you might be surprised to hear that those who earn extremely high incomes aren't necessarily much happier than someone who just earns an upper middle class income. It was found that happiness tended to plateau when individuals began earning $85,000 per year. This was found by a recent study of over 33,000 adults in the United States that was published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences. Thankfully, someone with an average income can invest enough money to achieve a portfolio large enough to produce this much income passively without ever needing to work again. There are many ways to generate $85,000 per year without having to spend a huge portion of your time working. By spending time learning high-paying skills, you're able to reduce the amount of time spent earning money. What if you could provide a huge amount of value to a customer in a small amount of time? This means you could earn a full-time income by working far less than a full work week. Investing is also a viable way to generate this much money with little to no further effort required once your portfolio is established. You could invest in a business that runs by itself, for the most part invest in real estate or rental properties, or stick to something simple like investing in the stock market. By investing $20,000 per year in the S&P 500 averaging a 10% return, it would take roughly 25 years, which is far less than the average working career, to build a portfolio worth over $2,163,000. Using a 4% withdrawal rate, that investment would provide you with $85,000 per year. When taking advantage of the eighth wonder of the world, compound interest, you'd be surprised at how much wealth an average person can amass. Health and family are said to be the two most important things in life, and having extra money can improve both of these. Don't fool yourself by claiming that money has no correlation to happiness, as this is most often an excuse. Money certainly won't solve all of your problems, and if you're an unhappy person without money, gaining some wealth will only be a temporary solution. The best thing you can do is find the right balance where you see money as a tool that can help you create better life experiences and opportunities.